Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us when it is the extra. But of course, I know you've been with us all the way from 6:30 when we began our live broadcast with Good Morning Uganda, and now it is the extra. With me, Robert Chirabo Nyonyintono. Now today we are going to be discussing something very, very important, I must say. And I know you could have heard of it. Maybe at one time T even looked for it, and that is the Gazette. The Uganda Gazette. When you do press review on some specific days, we review the Gazette. But what is the Gazette? And why is it important that you must take keen interest in the Gazette? Well, joining me on set, I have the Director, Business Development, Uganda Printing. In short, let me just call it UPPC, because most of us get abbreviations very fast. That is Rebecca Nyakairu, a common friend of mine usually when it comes to giving information, and I'm happy she's still here today to give us more information regarding the Gazette. Good morning, Rebecca, and welcome.
Thank you so much. Good morning, Robert, and good morning, our dear viewers.
And at the extreme end, I have Marvin Mutenyo, who is the Public Relations Officer of the UPPC. Good morning, Marvin. Welcome to the show.
Good morning, Robert, and thank you for having us. Good morning, viewers.
Now, I want to begin with Rebecca here. When we talk about the Uganda Gazette, what is this, and why is it rare for someone to find among the shelves of newspapers?
Well, thank you so much, Robert. As introduced, my name is Rebecca Nyakairu, and I'm the Director of Business Development at the Uganda Printing and Publishing Corporation. Well, we can't talk about the Uganda Gazette without understanding what UPPC is. UPPC is Uganda Printing and Publishing Corporation, the chief government printer mandated to print and publish all government and public information. But most of all, we are the chief publishers of the Uganda Gazette, the only government entity mandated and entrusted to print the Uganda Gazette since when we got the independence. So the Uganda Gazette, as I've already said, is the public document, like public official newspaper of record for all public notices from the government, from the public, from NGOs, from individuals, to mention but a few. This document is published by the UPPC every Friday, and except under unavoidable circumstances, we publish what we call the Extraordinary Gazette. That is published, it can be published even on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, yeah, but not on the weekend. So the Uganda Gazette is where the government wants new laws are passed. Like you remember recently we had the sovereignty bill. Such a bill or such an act cannot be implemented without being gazetted. We have just come from the electoral season, and you will all note that everyone was asking, why isn't UPPC gazetting this and that? Because people or political officers or people who are elected cannot exercise their powers without being gazetted. So this document is legal and it's exclusive. It is only when information is gazetted that it can be deemed authentic and can be exercised. We all shall know that we are going in a season of political appointments, mention it. All such appointments cannot be duly implemented without being gazetted. So the Gazette carries so many notices. It is a public document. It is published by the UPPC, the official government publisher. It is a document that is exclusive and that gives you exclusive powers once you have published your notices in there. So briefly said, that's the Uganda Gazette.
Now that brings me, Marvin, what are those things what is the content of the Gazette? Yes.
Thank you, Robert. The content of the Gazette is usually specified notices, and these range from a variety of ministries out there. So we have what we call deed polls, those friends of us who are changing names. We have what we call change of company name, those who are changing company names from previously owned companies to what they are now taking up on. We have gazetting of school boards. We have appointments that are made by the president of our country here. We have what we call the Minerals Act, where you've heard of people trying to excavate minerals from, say, various places. So such notices, they give notice to the public through the Gazette. There are a variety of notices therein. I'll take you through the deed poll, the change of name, which is the most common notice in the Gazette. So for those friends of ours who are changing name, who have issues with NIRA, their identification card, or their passports, to mention but a few, we go through a stage of what we call publishing a deed poll. So you'll find a lawyer who will draft a notice for you, who will commission it by a commissioner of oaths, and then register it with URSB at a fee of 58,000 shillings, and then bring it to UPPC. There it's gazetted and, it's published under the Uganda Gazette at a fee of 450,000 shillings. So the prices of the notices are dependent on what notice. The deed poll, for example, will go for 450, but then you'll have a special certificate of title that goes for 300,000 per plot, and then you'll have gazetting of celebration of marriages, which is at 300,000. So these are depending on the notice that we receive.
Now, coming back to the Director of Business Development. Now, this Gazette, to many Ugandans, seems a hard-to-reach document. And I've attended court where someone brought evidence and said, well, here it is in the Gazette. Now, the old lady from the village knew nothing about what is called a Gazette. And this was victory to the person who presented evidence of having published in the Gazette. Why is the Gazette a hard-to-reach document for all access to everybody?
Good one. Indeed, that was the fact in the past. But the UPPC has since put effort to ensure that the Gazette is accessible. Not just accessible, but that the public also knows about the Gazette. Who should gazette? Why should they gazette? Whom should they reach when they want to gazette? The whole process, like my colleague Marvin was trying to explain. But we have regional agents across the country. Everywhere you go to Jinja, Mbale, Gulu, Mbara, Fort Potro, wherever you are, we have agents. Those agents are representatives. They're like our ambassadors within those regions. You reach them and ask them that I want to gazette my special land title. I want to change my name. I have a place of worship. I want to gazette it. Things like such. But if you cannot get to them, we have also moved with our digitalization agenda to digitize most of our services, including the Uganda Gazette. We have what we call the UPPC service portal. You can get it on our website, www.uppc.go.ug. When you go there on the interface, you will see on the portal there is the e-Gazette. Now, that Gazette, you can subscribe and create your account and read all gazettes that you want from within. You can as well you can also submit your notices through that website, through that portal. But also we have WhatsApp numbers, we have emails, we have convenient means where you can reach the Gazette and access the Gazette. So I'm sorry that old lady went through that experience, but many times it comes because of ignorance. And that's why UPPC has put effort to ensure that we sensitize the public, like we are here this morning, to let them know how can they get our services, whom should they reach, which numbers should they contact, how, when they have challenges, how can they be supported. We have also launched working relationships with media houses like UBC, where we ensure that the gazettes are readily available to be read, to also sensitize the masses how they can get our services of the Gazette. Equally, we have started depositing these gazettes in public libraries. Wherever you go, you can go and read, and behind the Gazette, the behind cover, you will see our contact information in case you need the Gazette services. So I'm truly sorry for the past experiences, but we have put effort to ensure that our people obtain those services efficiently, conveniently and almost at no cost. Yes.
Yes, Marvin, you wanted to supplement?
Yes, just to supplement still on her point of digitalization. Now we've even gone further. We have what we call the Gov Information Hub, short for Gov Info Hub, where we break down these notices to show the public, okay, this bill was passed, what does it contain? What impact does it have to the public? What should the public know about it? So there on the website, you're able to read about it. For those who are not able to read, you even have an audio version of the article, of the content that is posted. So it's really accessible nowadays. We are trying to do as much public awareness as possible, such that our friends out there know the value of the Gazette.
No, that's very interesting. Now, Marvin, how does one, you mentioned a few areas, but how does one get their article into the Gazette? Allow me to call article, but I know you have a better term to use. May I choose to call it an article into the Gazette?
It's actually called a notice. What we receive are notices, and these are from the various ministries out there. So the notice, I gave an example of a deed poll, but let me use an example of the gazetting of the school boards. School boards are mandated to schools are mandated to gazette their boards according to the Education Act, the Primary, Pre-Primary and Post-Primary Act of 2008. Now, once a school has appointed a new board, they submit this notice, or rather the names of the board members, to the ministry, which is the Ministry of Education. From there, the ministry then submits the notice to UPPC, and which will further publish it in the Uganda Gazette. And this varies. So we have notices from secondary schools ranging at 650,000, while primary school notices are gazetted at 350,000 shillings only. The other category of boards that are mandated to gazette are the MDAs. We've heard of different appointments, senior officers being appointed on different boards or different MDAs. These are also mandated by law to be published in the Gazette, and this goes for a fee of 1 million shillings only. Yes.
Well, very interesting there that you can have this. Now, also, this takes me, you said, Nyakayo told us here it comes out every Friday.
Yes.
Except what you call the extraordinary.
Yes.
Gazette. Why every Friday?
You know, the Gazette is a legal instrument. It's not something that you will wake up and say, today let's do every day like a daily newspaper. Yeah? So the law provides in the Public Service Standing Order that the Uganda Gazette, as a legal instrument of this country, shall be published every Friday of the week, unless, except under specific circumstances. That's when we can have the extraordinary Gazette. So that answers the why. It's what is provided for in the law. Until when the law is amended to that effect, that's how it is, and that's what UPPC is meant to implement.
Now, you talked about various, yes, we're talking about the Gazette, but there is what we call security printing.
Yes.
I'm also interested, you know, in your issues of security, what do we refer to as security printing under the UPPC?
Well, when you read the act that establishes the UPPC Act, it tells you that UPPC shall advise the government on all printing, including security printing. So you'll also realize that Uganda, and as a public, we have suffered the consequences of duplicated documents printed elsewhere that I don't know. But you'll find that someone has a qualification, for example, of being a doctor, and then the hospital practicing. That's why many times we see increased rates of uncertainties of deaths, which would not occur if we have the right people doing the right jobs. So because we have that risk, UPPC comes out to respond to the public outcry to provide services called the security printing services. Security printing is an exclusive technological printing where there is some exclusive security elements put within the printing of documents. Like you'll see there are security features like barcodes, serial numbers, and others using special inks, to mention but a few. So security printing is some specialty that we are doing at UPPC. We print for universities, say, transcripts, where we put such security features, IDs, letterheads, to mention, to reduce on the risk of counterfeit documents moving around the public, and also to strengthen the professionalism of specific institutions and their qualifications. So security printing is that form of printing where we have invested heavily in technology that advances the printing to be not the usual printing where anyone can duplicate or print a document that looks alike. So not anyone can play with such documents that are called security printed documents. It's that bit of printing and technology that we have invested in to provide that exclusive service, that separate service for our clients who would want to protect their documents.
Very interesting there. And when a person works with the UPPC, how sure am I that really my documents are secure? Guarantee that?
First of all, we have non-disclosure agreements that we sign with our customers. Secondly, we ask them, do you want the general printing, the normal printing, or you've come for security printing? We provide alternatives. And this kind of printing, it's not that when you come to UPPC, the officer handling will know those features, because they can also get compromised as human beings. But the technology itself, it's the technology that we play with in that kind of printing. It is that you will be confident because it's not a personal thing. It is a technology thing, and the confidence you have is that we have signed that non-disclosure agreement with you, providing you with the details of what must not be known and how we are going to protect your document. So it's that confidence that we give our people. It's the technology and it's the agreements that we go with them.
Now you've talked about the technology and but also, no doubt about that, you've seen people even duplicating money.
Yeah.
That looks very, very, and here I want to bring in Marvin here. So do we have these the special features? For example, they will tell you some offices, their IDs, just IDs. There are some organizations that have chips here, security features and all that. Does UPPC do you have that technology as well, Marvin?
Over the years, we've invested in recapitalization of UPPC. We've invested in machinery, we've invested in personnel that are able to handle this machinery. And yes, I must assure the public that we do have this machinery. I won't go in the issue of printing of money. We are yet to get there. Very soon we shall get there. We have a factory coming up in Entebbe that will be handling such jobs. But then for
seriously, we have that?
Oh yes, we are
that our money is going to be printed here.
Very soon, Vision 2040.
Wow. Now I've seen the place to rush for employees.
Yes, but also other items such as business cards. We've heard of the digital business cards where you just tap on a phone, a smartphone, and then a person's information is displayed on the phone interface. So these are also some of the security features that we embed. In there you'll find that there's a chip that cannot be duplicated. In there you'll find layers and layers of serial numbers, of papers, be it whatever it is, barcodes, that cannot easily be duplicated. For transcripts as well, you realize that different universities have different transcripts. Different universities have a different way of designing their transcripts. And so these cannot be duplicated. We've had, yes, instances of people forging these documents, like my colleague said, but then we also have the machinery to detect the counterfeit documents. How are these documents the documents that have been presented, are they original or are they a duplicate? So we have those that scan, we have those that check for the features that the client embedded in them. So yeah, we have heavily invested in machinery, and I should call upon the public to trust us with their business, and we shall not disappoint.
Well, now that takes me, shortly after this break, we want to look at general printing, because we've been focusing on those specific under the law that must be in the Gazette. But now you want to look at general printing. My wedding cards, my introduction cards. Soon will I take them to UPPC? But let's return shortly.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Genshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning, eat twice a day. Don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Genshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product.
It's our mission to secure your money.
Protecting your money is as important as earning it. It is for this reason that the Deposit Protection Fund of Uganda, DPF, was established by the government of Uganda to provide deposit protection to customers of regulated financial institutions. In the unlikely event that your commercial bank, credit institution or microfinance deposit-taking institution fails, the DPF will pay you up to 10 million Uganda shillings. Keep your personal information such as national identification number, mobile phone or an alternative bank account updated with your banker. Terms and conditions apply. For more information, contact DPF at Aha Towers, Plot 7 Lodell Road, Kampala. Call 0312-206-400 or visit our website at www.dpf.or.ug.
We are the DPF. We protect your money. Protection Fund of Uganda.
Are you looking for a home away from home? Then this is the place for you. My name is Chini Kaji, and welcome to Hotel Le Confidential.
With 84 comfortable rooms where you can relax and feel safe. Each room has a lovely view of green vegetation, Wi-Fi, air conditioning, and a tasty breakfast.
Children can have fun at our kids' water park and our kids' play area. You can also enjoy our world-class health club, spa, sauna, gym, boutique, and sky blue swimming pool.
Thank you for choosing Hotel Le Confidential, where every stay is unforgettable. Come and stay in comfort, right at home, today, tomorrow, and always.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is the intersection of trust and truth. Because to UBC, your story, and every voice matters. UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Welcome back and thanks for being with us on UBC TV. It is still Good Morning Uganda Extra. I'm Robert Chiravo Nyonyintono, and with me we are looking at the Uganda Gazette, but also the activities of the UPPC. And before we went for the break, I told you with my guests, just in case you've just joined, I have Marvin Mutenyo, who is the Public Relations Officer, UPPC. And I also have Rebecca Nyakairu, who is the Director, Business Development. Now, we were talking about general business. Rebecca, do you only do what is stipulated in the law? Or I can also bring my wedding cards, I can bring, if I have a conference, I can bring material that I want to give out to participants in this conference. Do you do general business?
Yes, we do. And all the business we do is under the law. The general printing that you're talking about is the printing of receipts, letterheads, IDs, uniforms, that one we call it branding, cups, diaries, mention it, umbrellas. People like branding because it's the way to put out your product or your brand out there. So we do a lot of printing. Everything printable we print. Do you want file folders? You want to print reports? You want to print anything that you want to print, anything that is printable. You want to brand your office, you want to brand your employees, everything, letterheads, like I've said, notebooks, diaries, calendars, cups, pens. People brand everything so that they are visible, to expand their visibility and to ensure that they are seen and known. We print that at competitive rates. We print that with quality, with dedication. We have competent staff. We have a wide range of products that we print. And yeah, we have invested in that technology and human capital to ensure that we give you the right prints at the right time at a very competitive price. So yes, we do a lot of printing. Yeah.
Marvin, why would I go to UPPC and not anywhere else? Why would I choose you to do business with you?
Just before we answer that, Rebecca forgot to mention that we're now venturing into printing of counter books. We're now working with many of the elite schools out there, Budo, Green Hill, mentioned but a few. So we're now doing this at competitive rates and unmatched quality you cannot imagine. Why you should work with UPPC is quality. We have existed for 124 years, and so we have mastered the industry of printing and publishing. Imagine now, we were only printing the gazettes decades ago, but now we are printing things like counter books, pull-up banners. We are printing now on uniforms. We are now going ahead and branding. So we have unmatched quality for our products, but also the customer care that you will get from UPPC is unmatched. We have a dedicated team at Kampala office who will gladly serve you, and you will return feeling like you have entered a private institution, and yet this is a government entity. Our people at Entebbe are so welcoming. That warmth that you receive from the time you enter until the time you receive your job, the after-sale service that we offer, the advertising that we offer for the books that we publish. These are extra miles that we take to ensure that our clients are happy, but also that we are offering something that is unmatched as compared to our friends in the same industry.
Well, very interesting. Now, how do I approach you for business, the business developer?
Yes.
How do I approach you? Because I'm now not coming to publish my land title, appointments, and all that.
Like I said, you can reach us conveniently through our toll-free number, our WhatsApp number. People lately like using WhatsApp. You can reach us on our WhatsApp 24/7, 0783 914 332. You can reach us, just send a hi, I want this and this, how can you support me on this? I want to gazette, I want to do security printing, I want commercial printing, I want to know about your print school, I want to print counter books like Marvin has said, many of our services you can reach them. But also our website is very active, www.uppc.go.ug. You'll see an interaction corner there. They will ask you, how can I help you? You can just type there and say, I want this and that. Like I've mentioned, we have regional agents. Anywhere, everywhere you are, you can get our services. When you're in Barara, just check on our website. It has our agent, the building where they are seated, their contacts, and you reach out to them. So anywhere, anytime where you are, you can reach us. We have also a toll-free number. It's 0800 111 493. You can reach us there, and you ask us. That one you call, you don't pay. And you ask how you want to be helped, what we can help you with, and how you can access our services. Also, welcome proposals. People write to us charitable, and they say, I have this, I want to publish this. We've not talked much about publishing, but we support people to write and publish and print their books. I have this project, how can I work with you? And we establish a mutual relationship, mutual grounds, a win-win situation, and we support you to document your story. So that's how people can reach us. We are available both physically, online, and wherever you go.
Now you've mentioned something very interesting. You have expertise that can help me publish a book, because many Ugandans have lived, they are moving encyclopedias. They can tell you so many sweet stories about Uganda, but they don't document this. And when you ask them, they will tell you the process of writing a book, and you author it, put it there, worthy reading and understanding, the order of how you put chapters together and all that is a hard thing. You know, I would love to also write a book, you know, about certain issues, but so these are expert authors there. Please hint more on that.
Thank you so much. Indeed, you're right. We have seen our people die with their stories unsaid. At UPPC, we have a fully fledged publishing department. It has writers, it has proofreaders, editors, to mention it, typesetters, to ensure that your story is well said to the right audience in the right tone and it reaches them. We don't stop on publishing and printing. We help you also to distribute. So, also we have seen people say that I cannot publish because it requires me to go across borders. But we are talking about Vision 2040, industrialization, Bubu, and this is the work that we are talking now. For us at UPPC, we help you tell your story. We have published many stories. Even recently, at the inauguration ceremony, we published the story of the NRM and His Excellence, and we congratulate him. In January, when NRM was celebrating 40 years, we said that 40 years of NRM in one publication, and when you read it, you feel satisfied. I know that we are going in the season of the independence, and we invite our stakeholders to work with us, to advertise with us, to tell their stories with us. So with publishing, we are close to none. We have a competent team, we have the technology, we have everything that you need, and you get your story said accurately and shared with the right audience anytime.
Marvin, you mentioned something. I hope my ears did me justice. That is the printing school. Since and when?
The printing school was launched 2-3 years ago. The printing school is licensed by the Ministry of Education and assessed by UVTAB. The printing school offers a wide range of courses. It's actually Uganda Printing and Publishing Corporation Print School. That is how we refer to it, short of UPPC Print School. We have a wide range of courses ranging from graphic design, web design, computer literacy, those friends of ours who may be stopped at a certain level of education and want to proceed with learning the skill and how to master it. We have that as well. We have what we call desktop publishing. How do you typeset the work that you receive? How do you package it in a way that it's now worthy to go on a shelf or be in someone's office or share it with people online? We have what we call machine maintenance for our friends who are into technical machine. And we do not limit entry-level participants. Our minimum entry is O-level. You must have an O-level certificate. Why? Because at least there you have some basics of computer, some basics of English, you know, and the like, so that you're able to now interact with your colleagues. But to make this even more interesting is that the UPPC Print School offers hands-on experience. You will get a chance to interact with the machines, not just studying them on in theory, but also go to Entebbe and see, okay, these are the machines that we had back then that needed all this manual input and all that, but then we've now transitioned to digital machines that are just a click of a button and you have a whole job printed out. So you're able to learn the history of printing, but also appreciate how far it has come through the modern technology that we have today. Yes.
Well, through the modern technology that we have today, and that is you coming out of a school. And the world today needs more people who are practical. And the biggest challenge is most of people go to institutions, or some people go to institutions where these are drawings of pictures that you see. Sometimes now someone even records a video of that, sends in a WhatsApp group for a school, says now this is how this machine looks like. But where you can have a feel, a touch, and study, and today you find that these are the jobs that are out there. People have these machines, people need work to be done. Printing drives so much in the modern day, but still it is having an enemy in the modern day, which is digital systems. Not to be left behind. We are in the era of AI, digitalization. So I remember hosting you when you were celebrating, were they 100 years?
120 years.
120 years. Now you people of 120 years.
124.
Now making 124. How have you embraced modern technology? How have you embraced digitalization that today maybe I could have something easier done than the previous way? And that brings me to Nyakairo.
Thank you so much. Indeed, in our 5-year strategic plan that we launched in 2023, one of the agenda that we are delivering on is digitalization, but also it's aligned to the national digitization strategy. So here we have digitalized most of our operations, most of them, like he has said, like I've mentioned. You can make your order of your printing needs from wherever you are. You don't need to come. That's convenience through digitalization. We have introduced the UPPC service portal, where you can read all gazettes and all laws and all publications that we have worked on online. That is digitalization. We are also responsive to the environmental needs. So we are reducing the prints. We are reducing the hard paper prints. It's only this security printing where you realize that you still need the currency like money. We are not yet in the e-economy where you will only swipe the card here and there. So there are those specifics that you still need a transcript to apply for a job, and that the employer will need to verification of that document, that we still do such prints. But also you will realize that we work more for ministries, departments, and government agencies. Those ones have to print reports in terms of accountability. So those ones we still have to print. You realize that UBC needs to brand their employees. They need IDs, they need uniforms. But still the technology we use to print, we have what we call the digital printing section at the UPPC. Now, those are machines that print with that technology, but also their prints are quite advanced. They are not the usual prints of offset also. Sometimes people say that they come at a higher cost, but we know that good things take time and take money. Quality attracts more resources. So we have invested in that. We are not sleeping in terms of technology. We are embracing it because that's the way to go. The machines we had from 1902 during the colonial time to today, they have really changed. From back then where you had to assemble letters R-E-B-E to make the name Rebecca, right now someone might just speak the word Rebecca and it gets typed on the computer. So we have really, really invested in such, and we have embraced technology because it's the way to go. We are moving with the technology. We have an ICT department. It has expertise. All our systems, for example, our managing director can be wherever he is and he sees what's going on ground. We have that system that we call it job tracking. It shows you that this job has come in, it's in this section, it's being costed, it's now being printed, it's now in the binding section, now it's being done, now it's delivered, and this is the customer feedback. It's an end-to-end system at UPPC, and we welcome people to work with us to enjoy that system and that development or advancement in printing.
Yes, Marvin, in addition to that.
Yes, Rebecca has expounded on the printing section, and I'll expand on the publishing section because it's Uganda Printing and Publishing Section Corporation. We've realized that the reading culture of people, or generally everyone, has drastically reduced. And so what UPPC is doing is to make information as accessible or as comprehensive as possible, easily to be understood by the general public. Let's say if it's your grandmother down there in the village or someone in town that is not able to comprehend what is put on paper, we are going further to use various multimedia to make this information as simple as possible. So you'll find, let's say, an article, let's say, talking about copyright bill law that was passed, being laid as simple as possible through a video or through motion graphics to show you that these are the approvals that you need, these are the documents that you need, or this is what you'll face if you do not follow certain steps. So we are doing publishing, not only through paper but also use of multimedia. We have the Gov Info Hub, like we mentioned, a digital platform that enables public access government-related news. We do not stop at that, but we also go as far as welfare for us as people, because we are not only going to concentrate on government. How are you as a person? How is your mental health? What things should you do to keep in shape? What courses are out there that you can grab and maybe, take on? So we are going beyond digital. We are using AI. Of course, we cannot deny the fact that it's enabling us as people and also as printers in the industry. And yeah, we cannot live without digitalization.
Now, good things must come to an end, but I'm sure you're well versed now with issues regarding the Uganda Gazette, but also the UPPC as an entity that also now does general business, the school as well. So I'll just give each of my guests a minute for their parting shot, beginning with Rebecca.
First, I want to thank you so much, Mr. Chirabo and the UBC fraternity, for hosting us today. But also, I can't forget to appreciate the general public and the viewers for watching UBC. Thank you so much for the support you've extended to the UPPC over the years, the confidence you have in us. Our commitment is to continue serving you with competence, with transparency, and to ensure that you get the quality prints in time at laughable costs. Thank you so much.
Yes, Marvin.
Thank you, Robert, for having us. Thank you for hosting us today. And I would like to call upon the general public to walk into UPPC, any UPPC office, be it Entebbe or Kampala. Walk in and see how we do things. They might be out of the ordinary. So get a chance to call us, walk into our offices, give us your business, because you'll be assured of quality, you'll be assured of good customer care, and you'll be assured of timely delivery. So I call upon you to check on us, and thank you.
Well, thank you so much, our viewer, for having been with us all the way from 6:30 till now. We can't take you for granted. We do appreciate. And those that join in, of course, we are in a busy world. We do appreciate you. Now, I hope to see you tomorrow, same time, 6:30 to 10, God willing. Have the very best of your day. See you tomorrow.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala. This is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
In a nation hungry for truth, a world where every story matters, there exists a beacon of trust and reliability. For decades, they've been our voice and our window to the world, holding the mirror of our history. With 4 TV stations and 11 radio channels spanning 27 languages, they stand as guardians of information, defenders of truth. With Mascari Heritage Advantage, they uphold every citizen's right to reliable and free information. Their archived stories shaped our past and illuminate our present. Yet now, as new challenges arise and the world evolves, their mission faces its greatest test yet. Be part of our journey and let's navigate the unknown, uncover the untold, and safeguard our future together. Tune into your public broadcaster, for it is